Challenges are always going to be there. But when you look up, those challenges cannot affect you the way they can affect you when you do not look up to God. Like my family that trusted the Lord when everything was lost and found themselves in a place of wilderness in Egypt. Their Egypt was Uganda. Found themselves in a place where they could never even afford food. My mom used to work like 70 hours a week in her own pharmacy. My dad used to work in his own clinic. But they found themselves in a place that everything was lost, but did not lose hope because of the word of God. They knew that it's not about the circumstance that you are facing, but it's about Him. But it's about Him. But this word is not just for you. This word is for others as well. Because if you have this word only for you, it's not for any good. God wants this word for you to take it outside and to share. Because people jump into so many things because they do not have hope. Because they do not have the word of God. People jump into alcohol addiction because they do not think life will ever get better. People jump into divorce because they don't have hope that their marriage will ever get better. If they only had hope, they would have survived another day of challenges. If they only had hope, they would survive another week of turmoil. People commit suicide because they don't have hope. But one thing that really is interesting to me is that why in Congo, where there is so much war, so much pain, ain't nobody want to kill themselves in Congo. Ain't nobody want to kill. I was young. I didn't want to kill myself. I didn't have what you guys have. I didn't want to kill myself. I wanted to live. I wanted to live. And as I was talking to Grace, one of my friends is in Rwanda now, and he grew up in Congo, and we talked about these issues of suicide in modernized countries, and we talk about this connection from people to God's will and how it takes them to death. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have much, but what you have, you're having much of junk food. You can have much, but what you have, you're having much of corruption. You can have much, but what you have, you're having much of destruction. Because if it's money that what brings hope, why in the world did Mac Miller, who was a really huge rapper, so much money, jump into addiction that took his life? Why in the world Avicii, who was a 20-year-old DJ, very famous, very successful, took his own life? Hope is very important. Hope is what carried me through when I first challenges. I needed hope my first semester at IPU. My first week at IPU, I didn't even have soap for my clothes. I was putting my clothes in the laundry without soap. And sometimes I washed them in the sink. And I had to wake up in the morning and go to class. I had to make sure when I'm in the trolley, I'm staying a little bit far away from other people because I don't want them to stink. But my hope was there. But my hope was not, because my hope was found on the solid rock that is Jesus. My hope wasn't found in my money. My hope wasn't found in my ability to do something. My hope is not even found in the ability of you affirming the message that I'm giving. My hope is found in Jesus. And that hope cannot be shaken. Everything can be shaken. Your money can leave you. Your friends can leave you. Your house can be caught on fire. But if you have hope in Jesus Christ, it will never be shaken. Morning after morning. Before I had even my dining point, there were days that I had to go in class hungry. But I knew one thing, that every struggle that we face, it is for a purpose if we are working with God in that struggle. Because it builds our character. It helps us understand life better. But you have to understand that not only I had hope, because our hope in Jesus is not just a wish. It's a hope in the confidence that He is faithful to what He's promised. I did not wash my clothes in the sink anymore. I have laundry available and more soap. Dining points that there's so much that I have to go and buy for people food to help them run out. You see, so much scholarships comes in my mail before I even ask. Why? Because God is faithful.
Amen.
But don't want for his faithfulness before you take his word and put it into practice. You cannot see his faithfulness if you're not ready to face the challenges that he is presenting you. So today, I want you to step up and trust him. Trust him. Trust him. Share his word of hope. Our world needs it. Share it to somebody. You never know what people are facing when you cross them. You never know what people are going through when you cross them. I met a guy a few days ago. His name is Carl. In the dining. And I shared with him my testimony. For some reason, God put it in my heart. And a couple of days later, he came to me. He was crying. And he told me how he had a concussion 2 years ago. He was supposed to go to NFL. And he had a concussion and ruined all his life. And he hated God. But he told me that the night I shared my testimony with him, he went to the football field and cried all night long. And he was singing Just to Be Held. Just to Be Held by Casting Crown. It's not about how good we craft this word. Just take it to somebody. Just take it to somebody because God will work through it. God